CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Connor Hogg.
Good evening. Police responded to a bomb threat at the Grey Nuns Hospital on the city's southeast side this afternoon. Police say they've determined that the threat is not credible. Covenant Health says the Grey Nuns received the threat late in the afternoon today. Edmonton police say they responded at approximately 3 p.m. While police say access to the Grey Nuns was limited during the investigation, Covenant Health says patient care inside the hospital continued during the incident. It says hospital operations have since returned to normal. More than a dozen children are safe tonight after a van crashed through the wall of a daycare in Stony Plain. While the children got out safely, firefighters had to rescue an employee who was trapped inside the building. She and the van's driver are both in hospital. CTV's Miriam Valdez-Carletti has more from the scene.
We've never really ever had a trouble being out here or anything like that, so definitely a shock to the system, to say the least.
Darren Bruniak was working next door to Young Champions Daycare when a van crashed into the building.
Didn't know if my daughter was safe or whatever, so, you know, a little bit of panic. You figure out real quick she's okay. She's at the 7-Eleven. I could see her when I come out the front of the store that she was, you know, over there.
His daughter and son were one of the 18 in the daycare at the time. Police say they all got out safe. Emergency crews had to rescue an employee in her 20s who was trapped in the building. One witness saw the rescue.
There's a kitchen back there, and there was a lady in there preparing food. She's been injured.
She was in that room, and a large amount of debris was laying on her from the collision. And the gas line had ruptured, the natural gas line had ruptured and was feeding into that room.
She was taken to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The smell of gas filled the air after the crash and nearby buildings were evacuated.
It was me and one other gentleman who were over by the van there when it first happened, but like I said, with the gas it was just so strong I got him to back away.
ATCO has since repaired the leak. Police say the driver was a man in his 30s and was taken to hospital. They say they're investigating all possible causes of the crash.
We haven't ruled out drugs or alcohol. We haven't ruled out any medical episodes, speed, any driving pattern. I don't have any information on that.
Bruniak says he's thankful for how fast the daycare workers got the kids out to safety.
Honestly, I was amazed because, like, they had them across the road. The other staff, like, reacted really well. The kids were all happy. They were getting them treats in the 7-Eleven.
People are allowed back in the area now. It's unclear when the daycare will reopen. Anyone with dash cam footage or surveillance video is asked to contact police. In Stony Plain, Miriam Valdez-Carletti, CTV News.
Mayors from across Canada are calling on the federal government to strengthen downtowns. They're asking for billions of dollars in funding they say would help solve core problems. CTV's Evan Kenny has more.
You do not solve this crisis by any one order of government trying to do it alone.
The crisis is the state of downtowns across the country.
When downtowns are strong, Canada follows, attracting new industries, new investments, new partners, new opportunities.
23 mayors from Canada's largest cities are meeting in Edmonton. They say they're all facing similar problems and are asking the federal government for solutions.
From infrastructure to public safety to homelessness. These are national challenges, and yet they are disproportionately landing at the municipal level.
The mayors want the federal government to spend $3.5 billion each year to cut homelessness in half by 2030.
No community is immune, and no city can solve this challenge alone.
They're also asking for more from the Building Safer Communities Fund to grow community-led crime prevention.
Cities cannot tackle organized crime and extortion alone.
The mayors say more people equal a safer downtown, which is why they also want the Canada Public Transit Fund to grow by $5 billion over the next 10 years.
When our downtowns thrive, our nation thrives. That's nation building at its core.
Public transportation and policing are both municipal responsibilities. The mayors say they are not trying to upload costs to other levels of government. They're trying to create a stronger relationship.
To work in partnership with provincial governments, to work in partnership with municipalities, to take leadership on an issue that needs a coordinated response between all three orders of government.
Through the Provincial Priorities Act, all federal transfers to municipalities need to be approved by the Alberta government. The Office of the Municipal Affairs Affairs Minister says so long as Ottawa funds true care for those in addiction, it should align with Alberta's recovery model and the money will be approved. Evan Kenny, CTV News, Edmonton.
The fate of the town of Gibbons, north of our city, is in the hands of the provincial government. The Municipal Affairs Minister must decide if Gibbons should remain a town or be dissolved, becoming part of a neighbouring county. CTV's Amanda Anderson reports.
The town of Gibbons is now a community rooted in uncertainty. Soon after the municipal election, the new mayor and council were hit with a stark reality.
Virtually the town was broke.
Mayor Rick Henderson says they discovered debt was around $12 million and reserves were depleted.
To the point where the inability to make payroll was on the horizon. And so we reached out to the government and requested a viability review.
That review has been completed and gives the Municipal Affairs Minister two options: keep Gibbons as a town or dissolve it, making Gibbons a hamlet in Sturgeon County.
There were 61 items they looked at. We were non-compliant in 27. And of those 27 that were non-compliant, there is only, we have corrected all but 8 or 9.
Henderson says experts were brought in to help get the town's finances back on track. 14 staff were cut, saving $1.2 million and about $1.7 million in service adjustments made.
The average citizen most likely won't see any difference out there.
The mayor is now confident in the town's viability moving forward, but worries it's not included in the viability report.
Are we there yet? No. Is it going to be a long road? Absolutely, for sure. But I never thought personally that our first year out of the chute that we'd be able to balance the budget the first year and be able to put some money back in the reserves.
Before a decision is made, people who live here will get to vote on the town's future.
If they can provide us our services, I don't see the problem with staying as a town. But if we need to go down a level to save more money, then that would make more sense to me.
The town vote is June 24th and 25th. No matter what the future has in store,
still going to be Gibbons. It's the people here, not the council, that makes it.
Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Gibbons.
In a statement to CTV News, the press secretary for the Minister of Municipal Affairs says in part that the town was encouraged to participate as the report was drafted. The minister's office says the final report provides an objective, factual, and evidence-based assessment of the town's circumstances, and it does not recommend any specific outcome. Chiefs of Treaty 8 First Nations say they'll explore every avenue to stop the separation referendum question from moving forward. They say the Premier is ignoring court rulings that uphold the province's duty to consult with First Nations. CTV's Nicole Weisberg reports.
This Premier is totally lost, gone. Got no credibility left.
Chiefs of Treaty 8 First Nations of Alberta say they've lost all trust in the UCP government after the Premier decided to include a question on separation on an October referendum ballot.
The courts have determined time and time again our rights, yet we have a Premier that seems to think that all our rights don't matter.
It's not only an attack on our treaty, it's an attack on every treaty in this country.
In an open letter, the Chiefs call on the province to immediately cease any attempt to proceed with the separation referendum or related process without full consultation, accommodation, and the free, prior, and informed consent of Treaty 8 First Nations. Last month, a court ruling halted a separation petition from advancing for failing to consult with affected First Nations. The Premier says it is not required since her referendum question is not binding. Her office reiterated that in a statement today.
And that's where I think that the court erred in judgment, and I think it's also anti-democratic, the decision that they made.
The Chiefs take exception to the Premier's comments from last week, where she also said the duty to consult should only apply to major projects. They say they can't see any projects going ahead while this question lingers.
We'll take a look at all avenues. That means everything. That means stopping industry. That means maybe going out on the highways. That maybe means doing what we need to do to be heard.
We support responsible development, and we've said that numerous times. But if it's going to come to an attack on our treaty, we're going to do everything we can to protect our people.
Nicole Weisberg, CTV News, Edmonton.
Alberta's privacy commissioner is once again raising concerns about upcoming changes to Alberta's driver's licenses. The provincial government is bringing in licenses with healthcare numbers and a Canadian citizenship marker. The privacy commissioner says this will bring new risks to personal information. Diane McLeod says putting personal health numbers on a driver's license increases fraud risks. She says registering a vehicle is not subject to privacy laws. The Privacy Commission is developing guidance for Albertans and one for organizations with access to your information. Alberta's Machine Intelligence Institute says the federal government's new AI strategy builds on the group's momentum. AMI is based in Edmonton and is one of 3 Canadian centres of AI excellence. In a statement, AMI's CEO says this strategy will help secure Canada's leadership in AI and not just reacting to developments. The new federal strategy aims to create $200 billion in economic growth and 250,000 new AI jobs. Ottawa also says it includes protections for Canadians from the risks and harms of AI. Right now, 12% of Canadian businesses use AI. Ottawa wants to increase that to 60% in the next 5 years. Sturgeon Lake Cree Nation wants the federal government to review Kevin O'Leary's AI data centre planned for northern Alberta. The nation says the provincial government is, quote, bending over backwards to support the Wonder Valley project. It would be built near Sturgeon Lake Cree Nation. It says the province isn't doing enough consultation with its members and leadership.
That's one of our biggest challenges right now, like not only First Nations, but the average Albertan, the average Canadian. We don't have a robust regulatory system to have these data centers.
In a statement, the Ministry of Technology and Innovation says no special treatment is given to any project, and data centers, like any other industrial applicant in Alberta, need to follow the same environmental rules and regulations. Sturgeon Lake Cree Nation says a hearing between it and O'Leary's group is set for next Monday. Some of North America's best climbers will be in Edmonton later this month for a major competition.
It provides a huge stepping stone for Alberta athletes from the national championships and helps prepare them on an international stage to get ready for the World Cup, get ready for potentially joining the Olympic team.
Here's Alberta's Sports and Tourism Minister showing off his climbing skills. Climb Yeg and Climbing Escalade Canada are hosting the North American Cup Series Lead and Speed competition. It runs June 26th until the 28th. The province is providing the event with $76,000. The province and Explore Edmonton estimate it will bring more than $2 million to the local economy. Hundreds of Canadian troops charged through Edmonton's River Valley today.
3, 2, 1, go! Have a good race, guys!
First time competing. I heard about it back in 2024 and how awful it was, so I had to try it, you know.
Exercise Mountain Ram is a grueling race for soldiers from across Western Canada. Competitors set out on foot carrying an 18-kilogram rucksack for 29 kilometers. They then carry a canoe for 3 kilometers before paddling for another 11K. The race wraps up with a 5-kilometer sprint to the finish line. The soldiers say it tests your physical and mental stamina.
Pretty tough. I messed up my ankle about halfway through, so that definitely cost me a lot on time, but I'm confident I can come back and do it better next year. As of now, pretty sore, but definitely a lot of joy and pride in finishing it, and definitely something I'd look to do again.
The physically demanding competition is designed to build resilience and fitness. It ended in Rundle Park with the closing ceremony this afternoon. This month, thousands of high school grads across the city will be making a monumental walk across a stage to get their diplomas. Harry Ainley High School invited us to its graduation ceremony today at the Edmonton Expo Centre. The class valedictorian hopes to send them off with a message of achievement.
I think they want to hear something that, makes them realize that, we all put in hard work, and sometimes people are recognized for it, some people aren't, but no matter what, no matter who you are, throughout high school, throughout your lives, we've all overcome a lot, and I think that should all be recognized.
850 students make up this year's graduating class at Ainley. Coming up next, Edmonton plunges into the growing world of Nordic spas. Also just ahead, a hospital's temporary music therapy program that caters to some of our city's youngest is in jeopardy due to funding.
We're really looking to our community to help fund the program through donations.
Good evening, folks. Mid-teens for a daytime high in Edmonton today, and it looks like we'll be in the same territory tomorrow with, again, chances of some showers and thunderstorms, but this time earlier in the day. That and your weekend forecast in just a few minutes.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Edmonton is the latest city taking the plunge into Nordic spas. Using hot and cold treatments, saunas, and elements of nature, they provide a relaxing experience for customers. As CTV's Curtis Goodrum reports, they may also provide some health benefits.
Work is nearly finished on Row Nordic Spa.
The fireplace in each lounge, big windows here looking out into the spa space.
The spa is setting up shop in the Ritchie neighborhood, part of a growing wellness trend involving hot and cold pools along with saunas.
Nordic experiences are just incredible. You go through the heat rest, the heat cool rest cycle. You feel absolutely incredible after. You get to connect with friends.
Trevor Stride is one of the owners of Row. He was surprised when there were almost no Nordic spas in Edmonton.
Well, we think it's a really fun concept, and we think it's something that this neighborhood and city overall will really benefit from, and we really hope that it's something the city likes and wants to use.
Row is not the only Nordic spa coming to Edmonton. In 2028, Scandinave Spa will finish construction. It's also when River Cree plans to open its indigenous thermal spa.
In Finland, we have around 5 million people, and we have 3.2 million saunas.
Dr. Heikki Jonkari of the Finnish Sauna Society says he's not surprised by the spread of spa culture.
It's an excellent way of feeling well and rested.
Jonkari says research has shown saunas provide some heart health benefits.
And what he found was that people who go more than three or more times to sauna, they have 40% less of cardiovascular death.
Both Stride and Jonkari believe the sauna is a great way to socialize.
With the sauna, it's about culture. It's about meeting your friends. It's about relaxation.
We want this to be a social space that people come out and connect with their people and enjoy.
Row will open later this summer. Curtis Goodrum, CTV News, Edmonton.
Advocates for people with low vision are asking the province to help cover costs for a special type of glasses and allow people to use them for driving. CTV's Alicia Fieldberg met one Albertan who says adopting these policies could be life-changing.
Wow, isn't this just such a miracle?
That's how Judy Anderson felt when she first tried special glasses that help her continue many of her favorite things. But she isn't allowed to use them to drive, so had to give up the job she loved.
I had the privilege of going out and speaking to groups about the benefits of healthy, nutritious food. I had to give my notice, and it honestly was one of the saddest days of my life.
Bioptic telescope glasses are prescription lenses with mini telescopes on top. They offer a hands-free way to see distant objects up to 5 times larger when needed, while maintaining peripheral vision. Some countries and Canadian provinces allow them for driving, but telescopic visual aids cannot be used to maintain an Alberta driver's license.
Unfortunately, in Alberta, we're not at that point yet, but we are trying to bring awareness because this is a game changer in patients who are suffering, who can't do the activities they want to do, but now can do it.
A Calgary optometrist asked the province to adopt a model similar to Ontario and Quebec, which allows drivers to use the special glasses and also provides some provincial funding for eligible patients to buy them. Right now, Alberta patients have to cover the roughly $2,000 to $5,000 cost.
To enable the patients to improve their quality of life and to get that spark back, where when they've lost it, we see them go downhill.
He developed a free app to help people with low vision continue many activities to avoid isolation and mental health impacts.
Watch for the bike racks metal bars.
which could pose a tripping hazard. Judy is thankful for the aids and hopes Alberta will adopt changes that might give her back even more independence.
I think if it wasn't to leave our family, I would probably say, let's move to Ontario, because I want the freedom to be able to drive and just be out and with my friends and have the most normal life I can possibly be, and the best life, I think.
Alicia Fieldberg, CTV News, Calgary.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me.
Many Canadians have fond memories of that song. The Littlest Hobo aired on CTV between 1979 and 1985. Bell Media announced today a reimagining of the show will make a comeback on Crave. It's a partnership with producing duo Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg. Rogen called it a foundational show of our childhood. Bell Media is the parent company of CTV.
Programming brought to you by the music of Harry Potter with your Edmonton Symphony Orchestra. Learn more at winspearcenter.com.
Welcome back. Another day, handful of degrees cooler than average. In fact, it looks like we'll be below average right through to early next week. Not a lot of sunshine and no heat in the forecast. Overnight tonight, we've still been seeing some showers and thunderstorms in through parts of eastern Alberta. Tomorrow morning, we'll see some showers pop up in through the northwest. There's a new low that's going to develop, and by lunchtime or early afternoon, from Edmonton south towards Red Deer, off to the northwest, pretty good chance for some thunderstorms. So instead of holding off until supper time or evening, this is going to start to get going earlier in the day and then move off to the northeast. And the chances there in this region here for some of these storms to turn severe. So we'll have to keep a close eye on that. There will likely be a lot of weather alerts issued at some point tomorrow. I think once we get to around supper time, it's just more like a chance of a few scattered showers or non-severe thunderstorms. So early afternoon, eyes on the sky. There's your rain Saturday morning across northern Alberta. Here in the Edmonton area, I think the first half of the day should be quite nice. Partly cloudy skies. Clouds will increase later in the day, and then through the evening hours, pretty good chance of seeing some showers or, again, potentially some thunderstorms. And Sunday, everything starts to wrap back in from the northwest as some cooler air gets drawn in behind that low pressure system and some more showers get pushed through. I don't think it's heavy, steady, nonstop rain like it was earlier this week, but you're probably going to have at least some precipitation before Sunday is done, especially early in the day. 19 in Fort McMurray, 16 for Grand Prairie. Showers and thunderstorms potentially across the north. Red Deer could see some thunderstorms, again, early in the day. Here in Edmonton, lunchtime or early afternoon, chance of some showers and thunderstorms. Saturday night and Sunday morning would be your best chance this weekend to see some precipitation. And then we're back to around or slightly above 20 by early next week. That is your forecast.
Earlier this year, the Grey Nuns Hospital was using music therapy to soothe both babies and their parents in its neonatal ICU. As CTV's Nira Manisa reports, a lack of funding is putting that project in jeopardy.
You are my sunshine.
A soothing lullaby, a delight for 1-month-old Timothy.
Yeah, he's smiling.
He's smiling.
That's awesome.
And an emotional moment for Mom.
This is my third baby in the NICU as well, but it never really gets easier. So it still scares me. Trauma, like, with my first baby and DSATs and all that alarms. So
Gypsy Bendoy says music has been therapeutic for her other babies. Her husband is a musician and would play for them. The Grey Nuns Community Hospital had an experimental music therapy program, a first for an Edmonton hospital NICU.
By around 30 weeks, they can definitely recognize their parents' voices, any familiar sounds, and so a lot of that is a really great way for somebody in the NICU to bond with their baby.
For months, music therapist Rebecca Lapa would go room to room and sing. She even monitors their vitals to see how they react.
You can see a little smile in his face, and then everything relaxes in his face, so he listens.
Please don't take my sunshine away.
This This is Lapa's final song. The temporary project needs funding to keep the halls filled with music.
They have requested about $70,000 for the 2-year program. We're really looking to our community to help fund the program through donations so that we can help support more kids and their families.
So until that happens, it's one more lullaby for now, and one more parent grateful for a much-needed distraction. Nair Misa, CTV News, Edmonton.
Thanks for watching tonight. For the latest news anytime, visit our website, ctvnewsedmonton.ca. Have a good night.